have something for you.
What in the Caucasian woman is that?
I saw this trend on TikTok where these people...
Bad start?
Yeah. Where these people are putting... Have you seen this? These people are putting butter inside of dates and then salting them.
So like a radish, but sweet?
Like a sweet... Yeah, like nothing like a radish, but like a radish, yeah. We have had radishes with butter and salt, and I've never seen this before, and I had to try it. And so if I have to try it, you're going to try it with me, yeah. Mm.
It's just butter.
It's like toast without the bread.
So butter.
Welcome to Cult Flavies Going Off. I'm Sarah.
I'm Bryn.
And this is Fry.
Very curious about the champagne.
Yeah.
You might also be curious about champagne. Sarah, can you tell them why the champagne?
We have champagne because we are doing an award show tonight.
Yay!
Yay! It's the inaugural Flavies.
Which is actually, I think, a pretty good name for an award. Mm-hmm. But this is an award show that we tried designing on a live back, I want to say December. It might have been November. I don't know how time works anymore.
I don't either. This is the prototype Flavies.
Yes.
Because this is not how we want to do Flavies in the future. Right now, it's just our opinions of things. But in the future, we want to get more people involved and do like an actual voting system and have it be...
Would you like to tell them the rules?
Let's pop this champagne first.
Rule 1, pop champagne.
Hey, we scared the dog. Cheers. Flavies. 2024. Here we go.
So did you get through the rules? I wasn't listening. I was champagning.
What is the Flavies? I would say that the Flavies aren't necessarily the best things. Like some are very
The best thing, period, by some objective measure.
Yeah.
Thank you for reading my script. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
When I'm writing scripts, Sarah's like, we're not going to read a script. We're not going to read a script. We're not going to read a script.
We're not going to do it.
And so I just wanted to expose this little treachery. I don't write it for her to read it. I write it. Here's some thinking that I'm doing.
Listen.
And now she's just like reading me for filth.
Bryn, I'm not a perfect person. There are many things I wish I didn't do.
I hate you.
But you know what? I'll continue learning.
Okay, so these are just our faves from this year. Mostly. Next year, we plan to get nominations from a bunch of our favorite other creators, people who make things for home cooks, and then we want to open it up as a poll for you all.
Yeah, get some votes in.
People's Choice Awards is the whole intent. Like, community-driven is the point. But we want to celebrate good things in our community, because a lot of times I feel like we just focus on shitty stuff. Not us particularly, but like the internet.
Yeah, and it'd be nice to celebrate people doing cool shit in food. This is rule number 2.
Rule number 2? Is that what you just did?
This is rule number 2.
You look like you're going to pinch me. Because we didn't plan for the Flavies when we started 2024, we're not really prepared to do this. So we tried we tried to come up with things that were 2024 or 2024 adjacent. So they might be from the past couple years before that, but things that mostly came to promise in 2024 or things that we started like having more experience with in 2024. Relatively new, not only this year.
Yes.
Lastly, number 3. Do you want to do it this way?
I do want to do it this way.
Like you're going to get caught in Inglourious Basterds?
Rule number 3. Give the categories goofy names.
This is the most important of the 3.
Because what is more boring than just like best recipe of the year? Or
which is why Sarah wrote Fork Me Award for Recipe Excellence into our Notion doc.
It's a pretty good name.
This is why we're married.
So yeah, you're going to see a lot of that. Anyway, those are the rules. Let's get into it. Bryn, do you want to announce the first category?
I would love to, but it almost feels like an attack. The Drink It In Award is for the beverages that kept us hydrated through long cookbook reviews and late nights writing. We basically only drink water, coffee, tea, and alcohol in this house, but this year, these were our standouts. And Sarah has inserted a runner-up that is not a product that you can buy, and it's called Mom Water, and it's just lemon and water. Hot water.
Listen, can I explain this, though?
Yeah, you need to make a strong pitch, because it's just lemon and hot water.
Okay. It's not always lemon and hot water. Do I have mom water with me today? Absolutely. I drink mom water most nights, actually. But sometimes it's effervescent. Sometimes it's hot mom water. Sometimes it's just lemon and water.
Yeah? Like sometimes you do lemon and cold water and not just lemon and hot water?
Right.
And sometimes you do lemon and bubbly water?
Yeah, lemon and bubbly water.
Okay.
It's not based on like it being hot water. It's just lemon and water. It's
Got it.
mom water.
I mean, I guess you can like order this at restaurants. Like,
yeah. You can totally order mom water at restaurants.
I guess Sarah's really making a pitch for calling it mom water.
Yeah, I think we should call it.
We've got ranch water, which is excellent.
This is mom water, and it's the best.
You're notoriously not a mom.
Not a mom, but I think all moms mommy. Drink this.
Let's call it mommy water. That's gross.
My mom used to drink this water all the time. And I thought,
that's where it comes from.
Yeah. My mom used to drink this every single night. And I was like, I don't understand you. And now that I'm older, I fully understand.
So can we call Irish whiskey dad water? Or like...
You can definitely call it dad water if you want to. One of the runners up is mom water. Thanks, Big Lemon.
My counterpoint to mom water, I guess, is Yuzuko's Yuzu Super Juice. So Super Juice is like not just the juice of the fruit, right? It's like the peels ground up and like acid adjusted with citric acid and a little bit of sugar. In a highball, which is my favorite kind of drink, it hits so well, balances the drink beautifully, whether it's whiskey, mezcal, which is my favorite combo with it, tequila, kind of whatever. If we're having a casual drinks night with friends, that's almost certainly what I'm drinking. Or if we're doing a live or whatever else. That's what I'm reaching for most of the time. Yeah. And this was a big discovery for me this year. So I'm... He wants that mom water.
I was like, what is in your mouth right now?
All right, sit down. I smell butter. The next runner-up is also really a Bryn joint, and it's Sparkling Botanicals Black Lemon Tea, which I've been drinking a lot. This was my... Outside of coffee, this was my primary source of caffeine this year.
Well, you were trying to cut back on coffee intake, right?
I was. Well,
so you're trying to get into
I didn't
tea.
want to drink as much caffeine. For years, I've depended heavily on caffeine just to like
survive,
be a functional human,
like the rest of us.
Black lemon tea it's dried lime. So black lemons are what they're colloquially called. So it's black tea with black lemon, and it's sparkling. It's delightful. The winner of the Drink It In Award for 2024 goes to Mezcal Amaras Verde, which is mezcal, and it's a little bit lighter, good amount of smoke still, really affordable. Yeah. Like definitely the best like affordable mezcal that we've come across, and I believe it is brand new this year. So that's been our kind of staple. I mean, a mezcal ranch water or a mezcal highball have been kind of the thing we reach for most of the time when we have people over or whatever else. It's just a nice, casual, not too fancy drink.
Thanks for keeping us drunk in 2024.
Wow, no. Sarah.
Next up is the Can't Stop, Won't Stop Award for snacks that we just couldn't put down this year. Runners up include Gelato Boy Salted Cookies and Cream.
Best store-bought gelato in the game. Texture off the chain. And the salted cookies and cream is just a nice minor upgrade to a classic flavor.
Our other runner-up is Sambal Goreng by Bungkus Bagus,
which is an Indonesian company here in LA, a restaurant, I believe. We found this in like a Shopee shop, and then we found out you can order a half a gallon of it at a time, and so we've been putting it on everything. It's basically spicy, like it's shallots and chilies, right?
Yep.
It's a dry sambal, fried shallots, fried chilies, and it's delicious, and it turns anything into a snack. That's like the magic of it. This is not really a snack on its own, but it turns anything else into a snack. My favorite, cottage cheese.
It tastes like sour cream and onions.
But spicy.
But the winner of the Can't Stop, Won't Stop Award, Snack of the Year, are those bougie Pringles, a.k.a. Good Crisp Potato Crisps from Whole Foods.
I mean, they're from everywhere. We went on a road trip this year, and we bought them at gas stations. Like,
okay.
They're not just at Whole Foods. We just happen to always be hungry when we're leaving grocery shopping.
Yeah, it's like the snack that we grab if we're like, I'm a little munchy.
It fits in a car cup holder perfectly.
Too bad your hand doesn't fit in the hole.
Yeah, my hands are too big. Well, are we on fisting again? 2 episodes in a row?
I don't know, bro.
Jesus Christ. Too bad your hand doesn't fit in the hole. Damn. That's real. I think you're the snack of the year.
Wow. You know what? I'm not even upset about that. I'll take it.
Once you pop, I just can't stop. Damn. On that note, god damn it. Our favorite food content starts off with the Wait, It Got How Many Views award, which is for the food trends that took over all of our For You pages and occasionally our hearts. This year, there were really only 2 major contenders that took off on our side of the internet. And our one runner-up is Turkish pasta, a late entry to the game, that we didn't try making, but have heard good things about. And it has over 1 billion views. Yeah, I think several billion.
I mean, I get how, because it's easy and it looks good.
How many times were people watching it?
Billions?
It looks so boring. It can't be that fun to watch.
We have not made this, but it has been fun to watch people make this.
But the winner, the one that like we actually want to make, Logan's Korean pickled cucumbers.
Yes. That's the one where it's like, this is how you use a whole cucumber. Or sometimes you just need to eat a whole cucumber or something. I don't know what the tagline is for.
The premise is flawed. The execution is decent. I mean, it's a classic like Korean style cucumber. Yep. I'm into it. Fuck yeah.
It took over, I feel like, every other video on TikTok for a really long time. Again, have not tried it. Would actually try it, though.
We've had many cucumbers, like many pickles in that format. We just haven't tried this specific recipe. But everyone was making their own riffs on it. That's the whole premise of it.
And that brings us to the Getting Us Through It award, which is for the Comfort Watch food creators who did just that in 2024.
Which was a rough year for a lot of people. And the coziness that these creators embraced made it a little better for all of us.
Runners-up include Day with May.
Mei Liao. Best voice in the game.
Best voice in the game.
If my life were narrated, I would want that voice narrating it.
She's got this like cozy way of describing really scientific and in-depth.
She's an expert. Like it truly, like there's a level of experience with everything she talks about, and it makes it so engaging, which is the only reason that she's not the winner, I think, is like it doesn't quite get that full comfort.
Right.
Because I'm so deeply engaged with it. Comfort watch to me is something where you like chill on the couch, don't have to really pay attention.
Right. You do have to pay attention. Well, we like to pay attention to her stuff a lot more because we're like, listen, I want to eat that thing that you're making right now. I want to remember how you did it.
I want to talk about hydrocolloids with you afterwards.
Yeah. And our other runner-up is Two People Cooking, a.k.a. Haley Catalano and Chuck Cruz.
Friday night dinners with Chuck and Haley have been such a absolute comfort this year.
The thing I like about that channel, though, is that it kind of feels like I'm in their house with them, like sitting on the opposite side of wherever they're prepping food, and they're just making food for me.
And Chuck's just asking what your favorite color is.
Yeah.
It's such a good bit. It's so cozy, and it has such dad vibes.
Such dad vibes.
But our winner this year is Jamie Tracy, aka Anti-Chef. I was torn on this one initially because every video is like a roller coaster of emotion a little bit, but it's in a comfort watch kind of way. Like you always know that it's going to end in a pretty okay way. If you haven't seen his content, he often works with older cookbooks, specifically from like very well-known chefs and
so like Julia Child.
Yeah. Jacques Pepin. Marco Pierre White. Gordon
I was going to say
Ramsay,
Jamie Oliver, but I don't think Jamie Oliver is super old.
No, but like he's a classic at this point. You know what I mean? But he'll have you laughing, yelling at the TV, rolling your eyes as he introduces his stand mixer for the 13th time. It's such a good watch. And I don't think we've skipped it once this year. If we like open YouTube, that's what we're watching.
Yeah. He's not super serious. When he messes up, he gets mad and you can tell that he's mad, but he's like trying to work through it. It's good. It's entertaining.
It's reassuring in a way.
And it, makes me feel like less of a doofus when I mess up in the kitchen.
Can I introduce this next one? Because I love the name.
Yes, go for it.
Every awards show has like a Lifetime Achievement Award, which is very, I don't know, big. Like it seems like just the biggest deal. It's this massive honor. It has all this gravitas and whatever. Exactly the opposite vibes of what we want. So we came up with the idea for a Lunchtime Achievement Award, which has none of that, but it's just for like a small creator, someone up and coming who deserves some attention.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Someone you tell your friends about over lunch, the Lunchtime Achievement Award. And this year, the only one that really stood out to both of us, like when we were trying to come up with it, we both came up with it at the same time, was hydroxide. If you're unfamiliar with her work, food science, but like she takes this dry subject and applies even drier humor to it. So it's like a multiplicative force. It makes it so engaging, but it's so like, I don't know, educational at the same time.
If ever I have a friend who has a question about why we don't drink raw milk, I'm pointing them to this person, because if you want the specific details on it, here's why we don't drink raw milk.
Well, it makes nuance approachable. So she did recently pass 100,000 followers, which was our original upper limit for it, but also like so well deserved. Definitely started this year at a lower follower count, like within the threshold. Yeah, huge fans.
Keep it up. To all of the food creators out there who are making content. Okay.
We're so small, Sarah.
Keep it up, everybody.
We have so many fewer followers than most of these.
Listen, keep going. I know it can be hard to make content sometimes.
Would you like to do the last one?
The last food content category is the Finally Food TV Worth Watching When You're Not in a Hotel Room award.
It feels like we're in a golden age right now for food TV. Like there's a lot of cool stuff coming out, especially in like, I don't know how to say, like, it's not like our area, but it's coming from our age group finally. And that feels validating in a way. Like it really feels like it matches our sense of humor and like ideals and things like that. And
because we're old now.
I mean, yeah, shit. Oh, we're the old people now.
We're the old people
now. Oh no, we're the boomers.
Runners up for this category include Delicious in Dungeon. I love the artwork. I love the music.
You love the boobies.
I love the boobies.
There was a chicken booby dragon.
Yep. I liked the playfulness of like preparing food from classic D&D creatures and turning it into like a dish.
It's a really compelling premise, I think.
Yeah, I think it's very fun. I really like the character development in this show too. I thought that was really fun.
It was more than just the bit.
Yeah.
Like there was really a lot of plot to go with it. And I thought that was cool, but also I was working a lot on the couch sitting next to you and I'd be like, so what just happened? Oh, the living armors are actually oysters.
I also like that it just wasn't very screamy.
You'll never watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood with me.
I can't do it. You lose me.
It hurts me every time. Coincidentally, both of our runners-up were from Netflix. Our other is Culinary Class Wars. We got this recommended from everybody, but I was originally excited about it because Pike Jong-won, who's like my favorite YouTuber, was one of the judges. And it was really cool to see him get attention in like our circles because I've loved him for so long. I didn't love the way they forced everyone to be like a specialized character. Like, you couldn't really be a generalist in this program, it felt like. And the people who won didn't really click for me. Like you were kind of rooting against some of them because they kind of felt like villains.
Yeah.
That was weird. So that was the reason it didn't win, which our winner is one where you're rooting for everyone the whole time and laughing your ass off. And it is Gastronauts. Over on Dropout.
It's a mix of comedy and cooking that I think is just really refreshing and light and fun. And the energy is just on point all the time. It moves really quickly through everything.
It's chopped but good.
It's fun to watch. I'm excited for them and I hope to see more.
If you don't have Dropout, there's at least one episode on YouTube and you should go check it out because one, subscribe to Dropout. It's amazing. But two, like, see what you're getting into. There's some good shit in there. Like I watched Vic Michaelis trying to explain what pretzel pizza was for like 3 minutes today, and it's great.
Moving on to cookware, we're kicking things off with the Misen Comeback Brand of the Year Award, which is for brands who went through a bankruptcy and came back around.
It's designed to go to only one specific brand, and it's right there in the name. It's Misen. Really, we just wanted a chance to call out the fact that they're back. We're happy about that. Yeah. We did some digging. It looks like they've sorted through some long-standing supply chain issues, which have kept things out of stock for months, if not years. I actually went on Glassdoor to see how their like reviews of the new CEO were because I saw there was a big announcement there, and it seems like everyone loves him. Yeah. So it looks like Misen may be here for a little bit longer, which is great.
They've got some good products. I'm glad to see that they came back around.
It's approachable quality, and they do things like sealed rims. Like those are very nice to have at that price point.
Congratulations, Misen. Coming back around. You won.
You won your own award.
Next in cookware, we have the Wait, Hear Me Out Award, which goes to our favorite innovations in cookware this year.
We had a few things really shake up the traditional formula. So we've got a handful of runners up. First up, we've got the Breville Control Freak Home. I think this changed the formula the least, but it's a more accessible version of the Breville Control Freak, which has long been the best standalone induction cooktop like on the market. The home version makes it a little more user-friendly. It does some things I don't love, but like they're trying stuff. The big things are that it's smaller and quieter. And I believe it's a few $100 cheaper.
Another runner-up is the Our Place Always Pan Pro. Womp womp.
They did something new. That's why I put it in here. That doesn't mean it was good. That's why it didn't win.
Thanks for trying. That sounded so bad.
Yeah, it did. Then we got the Ninja Crispy, which is an air fryer that sits on top of a glass bowl. Again, just like a different take on the formula. People seem to like it, which is great. I think
college students are going to love it.
Yeah, I think it's a great fit for a dorm room.
I think it makes a lot of sense.
Then the fryer just turns into your storage.
Exactly. Could you take it camping? Maybe.
Ooh, gross.
Why? Why
How?
gross?
What?
What?
How? That's glamping.
Yeah,
if you've gotten out.
glamping
Okay,
for sure.
I see.
What other kind of camping? No.
The winner is the Strata carbon steel skillet, which takes the classic like mono steel approach of carbon steel and splits it, shoves a piece of aluminum in the middle. It's technically stainless steel on the outside, but carbon steel inner. Basically what this does is it drastically reduces the weight of the carbon steel pan. I was originally opposed to this because it loses the thermal inertia benefits of carbon steel. Like you want it to hold a lot of heat. But this makes it more accessible to more people, especially with accessibility issues, because traditionally you'd have to just thin out the carbon steel to make it lighter. OXO did that. It is more prone to warping. This kind of solves for that problem, and I think that's cool. The Huge If True award goes to our most anticipated products announced for next year. Products that look truly futuristic, but we're cautiously optimistic.
Going into 2025, the product that we're most excited about is this Impulse Labs induction cooktop. I personally had not heard about this until we were at a festival called XOXO in Portland. This woman came up to me and she was like, "Have you heard about this company?" And I said, "No, I have not, but please put it in my notebook so that I can look it up later because I will forget everything you tell me."
Wow. Try listening. Jesus.
I just have a really bad memory, and it was
kidding.
A very intense
I also have a bad
I don't have
memory.
to explain myself to you, Bryn.
You've never had
I
to.
like taking notes.
I just like teasing you.
All right, Bryn. I have a note in here that says I would like to request 30 minutes.
30 seconds.
I would like to request 30 seconds to talk about this. Hold on, let me get my timer.
I've been watching this for years, and there's one.
No, you don't get to talk yet.
No, I'm setting up the premise.
Oh.
I've been watching this cooktop for like a year or two now, since they started demoing it. And there's one feature I wanted to talk about, which is really cool.
And go.
So in F1 cars, they have this concept called a kinetic energy recovery system, or KERS, which is basically a little battery that recovers energy throughout the race, and then you can deploy it all at once to go, I think you gain 10 horsepower, something like that. They brought this to a stovetop, and they call it the push to boil button. And so basically it can deploy much more energy than you can get from the wall into the pan at once, so you can boil water in 8 seconds. It's crazy. Was that?
You have 5 seconds.
I was trying to get done early.
Oh. Yeah, you did it.
It makes me really happy that exists.
Nope, your time's up. So yeah, looking forward to seeing. I mean, maybe we'll be able to get into one of their.
I think they have a demo unit at their shop up in San Francisco. I heard something about that from the person you were talking to, I think.
Yeah. So maybe we'll take a trip up there and check it out.
Okay, let me set this up so you can talk about it.
Yeah, set me up.
We couldn't have a Cult Flavor Award show without talking about food writing. So the Doing It Right Award.
WRITE.
It's kind of like the writing category in our cookbook reviews, but extended beyond just cookbooks.
Well, there's one runner-up for this category, and it is The Food of Southern Thailand by Austin Bush.
Follow up to The Food of Northern Thailand by Austin Bush. I had lunch with him at a Now Serving event. I wasn't aware of his books. Dug in afterwards. In love. So good. That's all I wanted to say about it.
Oh, great.
If you like sociological writing or human stories around food, this is incredible.
But the winner of the Doing It Right Award, WRITE, is none other than Radicchio Salad, the zine.
I don't know that they call it Radicchio Salad, the zine, but it feels like the way to say it.
Yeah, I feel like you could say Radicchio Salad and people would Google it and probably land on Ori's TikTok, which is a different thing than the zine. But the zine is excellent. They do a lot of restaurant takes. They do a lot of this is in, that's out.
Yep. Hot or not kind of stuff.
Hot or not, yeah. Cultural takes.
Yep.
They had a piece on Ozempic in their last zine, which I thought was very smart.
There was a great piece on Common Guy and the history of it and why boiled chicken isn't just a sign of lack of seasoning. There's a lot of detailed writing, and then there's a lot of goofs attached to it.
Yeah.
And then there's the best interviews ever, which are just delivered in the form of text screenshots.
Yeah, which is great. I hope they do more in 2025.
Absolutely phenomenal.
The next category we have is the Fork Me Award, which goes to the best recipe we made this year.
That we didn't write. Runners up, vanilla pavlova with cocoa and citrus from Start Here.
We ate that entire thing on and off camera. We ate most of it on camera and then finished it off camera.
Immediately after shutting off the camera.
It didn't survive even to the next day. That thing was gone. I dream about that pavlova.
You've been talking about it for months.
I love that pavlova.
Another thing you keep talking about, the beef rendang from Coconut and Sambal.
Turns out when you just stew beef in coconut milk for an extended period of time, it gets caramely and shreddy. It just makes it so tender and so rich and Caramely. Oh, it's so good.
Our last runner-up is the soft gingerbread cookie from Tartine, which won our Cookie Miss, the inaugural one, I think.
Yeah.
Ever since then, we've been making this cookie for everything.
Every single holiday, we make this soft gingerbread cookie. We take it to parties. We give it to friends. And every single time it's a hit. It's always gone by the end of the night.
We make 3 dozen of them at a time, and they disappear.
They're so good. And we have not been able to find a gingerbread cookie to beat it.
It's genuinely unbelievable.
Man, so good.
But the winner is the Duca Crusted Lamb Rack with Burnt Honey Gastrique from Make It Fancy by Brandon Skyer.
Not skier.
He didn't tell me that it was Skyer until after I published that review.
That jerk.
Now I'm a sad poppy. This was such a surprise when we made it. It was the one dish I really thought I fucked up in the cookbook.
Oh,
but
yeah.
It was so good. And then when we were trying to decide what we were going to do for Christmas dinner, just the two of us, it was the only thing that we could think of. It was like the perfect holiday dinner.
So good.
We were just like sitting there eating lamb off the bone with our hands.
Yeah, we did add mashed potatoes to it, and I thought that was actually very, very tasty. Good job, Brandon.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Hope you make more stuff.
Lastly, we've got the Stained Pages Award, which is kind of like our flavor award. It's about the most smashes, right? But not just like when we were reviewing it, but the ones that we came back to over and over again. We've got a couple of runners up. First up, Vegetable by Nick Sharma.
We didn't really come back to that
one.
one.
We used a lot of the techniques from the book.
But we did use a lot of the techniques from that book, especially he's got like a crispy fish dish in that book, and we kept coming back to the way that he would like baste.
I've been developing a recipe based on that recipe.
Yeah. It's like such a smart way to do crispy skin fish.
It's not going to like blow your mind, but like it's stuck in a way that others haven't.
Yeah. And then our other runner-up is Start Here from Sola El Whaley.
Technically October 2023.
Technically October 2023.
But that's pretty close.
So we lumped it into this as a runner-up because the pavlova, obviously. I think actually most of the desserts in this book are awesome.
I believe this was our highest rated book that we reviewed this year.
If you're looking for a college level cooking 101 course, I would recommend this book.
We got several dishes that we like kept coming back to. Mahalabia being a big one.
Mahalabia is a big one, yeah. Desserts, man.
The toffee popcorn.
Desserts, yeah.
I know.
The dessert section in that book, killer. But the winner of the Stained Pages Award goes to, again, Make It Fancy by Brandon Skyer.
I didn't think I was going to be able to convince you of this. I thought this was going to be like my winner of the year. But you were like, I mean, yeah, it has to be.
It's got to be. Congratulations to all of our winners for Flavies 2024. You'll be getting nothing from us this year. But
I did look at how much it would cost to make fake trophies that say this dumb bullshit on them.
But
well,
maybe
not fake
next
trophies,
year,
real trophies.
Yeah, maybe next year we can actually get together some like little trophies for winners. I think that would be very fun.
The world of custom trophies is so sad and paved with like corporate acrylic bricks that say like team building.
Yep. So
Which
good.
would be funny if they all said team building on them.
So good.
Okay. We have some questions. We're only going to do, well, we've got questions and we got a short rank, but we're going to talk about a lot of stuff in these questions. These are all from the podcast announcement, which came out the same day as our last episode. Thank you all for such kind words for the first episode.
So sweet to hear.
Yeah.
Especially with the first episode, you're always worried about if people are going to like it. It's the first episode. You haven't worked out any of the kinks of like how this is going to work long term.
It's our third best performing video on YouTube thus far, which is crazy to me.
It's really fun. It's nice to see.
Thank you all. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.
So let's get into some of the questions you had about it. Is there a platform that helps you guys the most? Like, would YouTube be better to listen to versus Apple Podcasts, etc.? Now, in the comments, I said whatever platform works for you works for us.
That's what I said.
Did you?
Yeah.
We always say the same shit.
I do the smiley.
You're right. You do a smiley. I do a period.
Yeah.
That's how you know it.
You know it's me when I have like an emoji at the end, and you know it's Bryn when he just like ends. Period.
At the time, I said whatever works for you. I think YouTube is technically the best for us because there's not really network effects anywhere else.
Right.
But we're not doing monetization anywhere in terms of like ads. So it really doesn't factor in. I do think the content is better on YouTube, but I just added YouTube embeds to posts on our community page over on cultflave.com. So that's probably the best place because it will have chat with like our community instead of just like random passersby on YouTube.
Listen, it doesn't matter. Whatever platform works for you, works for us.
We'll be posting the YouTube for each episode there, though, when we publish them.
Yep. So if you do want to get other answers from other people or like have other conversations going on the side, that's the best place to do it.
That's where our chat is.
Yeah.
Transplanted New Yorker, kind of apropos of nothing other than our Magenta lights. The Magenta vibes are everything other than beats. What food is Magenta? I'll be listening for sure. This just cracked me up. There were a few things in the comments. I had one answer, but I'd love to know if you have any Magenta foods, because I don't know if you saw this.
Other than beets?
Other than beets.
Yeah. The only one I can think of is like, does red cabbage count as magenta?
Oh, anthocyanins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Or like sometimes red onion will leave behind.
Anthocyanins again.
Yeah, anthocyanins.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first one I thought of.
The one that stood out to me was dragon fruit.
Oh, dragon
Specifically that dragon fruit ice from the Mission vegan noodles.
Oh, yeah.
That felt very magenta-y.
Totally forgot about that.
But I was trying to think if there was anything else. And I'm thinking like this color.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think anthocyanins are the best bet. And I think that's what Steph said in the comments too.
Awesome. That's the answer.
I'm going to butcher this. Chawangmo, I think. I'm not sure where these names end or like what the order of syllables is. So excited. Will you guys have guests?
Yes.
Do you want to say more?
No. End of
what?
End of statement.
Don't change.
Yes, we will.
Okay, I see.
And no, I will not be elaborating.
I will. We've already shot 5 guest spots. The way that the format was originally written, so Cult Flav is going off. The whole bit was going to be that we're like rotting as the show goes on, which is so dumb. It was also kind of just to take the piss out of ourselves for, I don't know. Last year felt like we were like getting worse. We tried a bunch of stuff, but like
we got kind
only
of serious too, I think, at the end, and that's not fun.
So this was kind of meant to be an inherent, like, fix the things that we don't like about the channel.
Yeah.
But make fun of ourselves in the process.
Yeah.
So originally it was gonna be like fresh was gonna be like news or like things we've been researching or whatever, and then questionable was gonna be like listener questions, and then the last piece was gonna be absolutely rank, where it was kind of like the draft we did. Mm-hmm. We were gonna make people rank things objectively that they didn't know the category going in.
So it was a surprise.
Yes. Those are pretty fun. There's a couple where like we didn't really know what the format was, but it's gotten so good. I think we're going to have one for you next week. And yeah, we've shot 5 of them with 6 different guests.
Yeah. We'll probably do one a month.
We might do some...
because it's hard to schedule people.
We may do some interviews, but we're not sure yet.
Austin Johnson says, please do ads. We want you to get paid, which is so nice, and got 200 likes.
This was the most liked comment,
sweet.
I think.
We're not going to do ads. Bryn has this great opportunity where he worked his butt off last year, and so now he's got a year of runway that we can work with to try and like get this thing off the ground the way we actually want to, because we don't like ads. We think the content is worse because of ads, because then we're spending more time thinking about the ad than we are thinking about the content. It's just a
and
terrible,
having to sell them.
Terrible trade-off for us. It kind of turns the audience into the product, which is like not fun for us either. Mm-hmm. And we would much rather be more beholden to you, the listener and audience, than we do a marketing team of a mattress company.
So we're doing subscribers. Mm-hmm. Very much a Patreon model, except for that we're hosting ourselves. Patreon, I don't know if you've heard recently, jumped their cut from 8% to 38% on mobile platforms, which is by far the majority.
That's a lot.
With that pricing, it would take just an absolutely insane amount of subscribers to actually break even, to get where we need to be for the cost of this show at this cadence. Mm-hmm. But building it on our own, it only costs $20 a year. $20 a year, not $20 a month. A little under $2 a month. We need 10,000 of you. Just like that's the way the math works out to produce this show at that level here in LA. That gets us 52 episodes a year of the podcast with video. So you're getting more content than you were last year. 12 big reviews. And then we just can keep building the community site and like making it better and better. We'll take the feedback and we'll keep making it the best version of this that we can. We're also going to bring these tools to other food creators because we want the whole industry to be less ad dependent. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into this, but we're rapidly working toward it. Mm-hmm. I've been working 16-hour nights for the last 3.5 months, and we're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there. We have a year to do it. So hopefully we can
do like 10 months as of today. If you want this much stuff at this level of quality, the only way to do it is by supporting it, honestly.
And if that doesn't happen, it's not like we're shutting everything down. It's just going to be a lot slower.
Right.
And probably a lot less frequent.
If we get more, we can get a producer and then we can start like really cruising.
Yeah.
Because
like
right
building
now,
a team and like making more stuff.
By the time this episode comes out, these subscribers, memberships, whatever we're going to call them, will be out. So you can go to cultflave.com/community and there'll be a banner showing our goals and you can hit join. I'm literally going to go work on that after this.
That's the monetization strategy that we're working with for 2025.
Now, I want to be clear. None of the content will be exclusive or paywalled.
No.
We want everything to be as open as possible. We think information should be free and that the people who often can't afford to pay for it are the people who would benefit from it the most. The whole goal is making it so more people can enjoy their time in the kitchen, making it less of a status symbol, like making it more open.
People will be able to like gift memberships probably, and we'll probably give like badges or like a special chat room for people who subscribe, or like
there'll be like minor benefits, not like content blocking. That's
or
all.
like maybe you'll be able to I would love for people to be able to like send messages through like this podcast
like
or whatever,
on the ticker
for a ticker.
There's a lot of cool benefits like that. I think we'll give subscribers some like abilities but not necessarily content restrictions. That's all. The other thing is that we're gonna make our merch available to subscribers first.
This is it. This is the first piece of merch that we have ready to go. It's a shopping bag by Baggu. For those of you who are listening, if you don't know what Baggu is, it's like this, I don't know, what do you call this, nylon?
Do some crinkly ASMR. What are we doing here? Gross. I'm getting bad tingles.
It's like a nylon bag. It's very big.
It's our favorite grocery bag. We use 2 of these every time we go grocery shopping.
Yeah, it's white, and it just says Cult Flav all the way down, kind of like those thank you bags that you got.
The classic
like the ones
thank
that
you
say, thank you,
plastic
thank you,
shopping bag.
thank you. And then at the very bottom, it says home cooks deserve better, because that is our slogan. I don't think we say that enough for people to know that, but
we post it on all of our profiles.
That's true. That's our slogan. I don't know. It's a fun little bag.
Yep. It's really great. We've been using it a lot. I feel very silly carrying around a bag with my own logos on it. But a lot of y'all said when we didn't put branding on our aprons that you wish we had.
Yeah. So we did, in the form of a bag. Let me try to just struggle to put this thing back in here real quick.
Okay. Lastly,
hold on. Don't move on
while
yet.
Sarah does that, I'm going to intro the rules for our Absolutely Rank today, which is Tools Desert Island Edition, as Sarah wrote it down in the Notion doc. So
I misspelled that.
We've got another draft for you. Y'all really enjoyed the draft, which I'm very pleased about. 5 tools, and this is desert island, so no electricity, but we're also saying wood fire is easily available, so we don't end up spending like a lot of time on flint and shit like that.
Yeah.
And fresh water is easily available.
Makes it a lot easier to think of 5. Can I go first?
I would love for
you to go
first.
We're only doing 5 because we're going to try to keep it a little bit shorter this time. My first pick is, I got to go with chef's knife.
I asked you to do specific.
Okay, good. I'm going to take the Mac 7-inch, 7 1/4.
Wow. Okay.
Inch chef's knife. I was going to go carbon steel, but I wanted something that was a little more durable, and the stainless steel of the Mac is like far easier to clean.
Okay. So it's about cleanability, because it's very thin.
Yeah, I know, but it's far easier to clean and sharpen than my carbon steel. So I went Mac.
My first one is the Smithy 7 1/4 quart cast iron Dutch oven. This is not an enameled Dutch oven. I just wanted a big cast iron Dutch oven, something I could throw in a fire.
Oh,
so I literally went and like looked for one that wasn't Lodge, and Smithy was the first one that came. It was literally the first search result.
Strong choice. What's your second one?
My second one is the Kudu Grill 3, which is a South African style grill.
Oh, damn.
Which I need somewhere to put the fire.
Okay.
It's basically like an elevated fire pit with 2 grates on spindles. So we had one for a while. It also has a holder for a giant cast iron.
Yeah.
So
it's a great pick.
Yeah.
You're much smarter about this stuff than I am.
We'll see. I have the same item 3 times later on.
My second choice is a booze cutting board. I wanted to go booze because of the
that was my number 6.
Because of the antibacterial.
It has some natural antibacterial properties, and that's better than having nothing.
Right. So I wood. My third choice is a mortar and pestle. I don't know the name of it.
You took my 6 and my 7.
But the big one.
Yeah, the exact one I was thinking of.
Okay.
The Thai-style granite one.
Yep. Because I want to be able to like mash my herbs and spices and stuff.
Yeah. No, I get it. Same reason I had.
I'm not going to use the back of my knife.
For a knife, I'm choosing the Hitohira 220 millimeter Chukabocho, which is a Chinese-style cleaver. Great for working through fibrous materials. So I'm assuming mostly vegetable diet, and I figured a vegetable knife that is pretty capable would be the right choice.
I guess my assumption is that I'm probably going to get really good at
buying stuff on this desert island.
Not buying stuff.
I'm going to buy some boneless, skinless chicken thighs.
No.
It's great at cutting through those.
I'm going to get really good at like snare traps. That's
All
in
right.
my head. I'm like, yeah, you're a snare trap girly.
On that note, my second one is a 180 millimeter Honeski, which is my favorite butcher knife, and it's also great for fish.
Wait, is that your... Okay.
That is my 3 and my 4.
You just went 2 knives.
Yep.
My 4 is the DeMeyer saute pan.
Wow. Just chuck it in a fire pit?
Just going to chuck it in there.
Minimal capacity, though. It's like 3 liters?
Listen, I told you when I was making this list, I probably should have done a better job. Okay, and then my 5th and final, I think, is going to be, can I add more than, like, can I do a set?
Tell me what it is and then I'll judge.
Okay, quarter sheet trays.
You just want several quarter sheet trays?
Yeah. Can I just have like 4?
You know you don't have ovens on this desert island.
Well, I want to be able to like...
Prep stuff?
Yeah.
All right, sure. You can have as many as you want.
4 quarter sheet trays, thanks. From Nordic Wear. Or wherever, but
the Nordic Wear Naturals.
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't pick a specific brand, but I want an ongi, which is like a Korean fermentation pot. Really good for hot and like... I mean, you usually bury them traditionally so that the ground can keep them cool, but great for like wet storage.
Makes sense.
What are your leftovers? And you said you had 10 total.
Yeah, my leftovers are the Tovolo Spoonula. Because I was like, well, I need something to stir stuff with, but I guess I could just use
You're just picking
stick.
like your genuine favorite things for a kitchen.
Yeah. Wooden spoon. A ladle. 8-quart.
You have a saute pan and 4 spoons.
8-quart stock.
There we go.
I wanted the Space Saver. My favorite.
All right. The Kaufland Space Saving Premier.
And that's it. The rest. Well, and my cheese gloves. But cheese gloves aren't very practical on a desert.
Would you like to hear my 6 through 10?
Yeah.
Maple booze block. So you took that one.
Okay.
Thai style granite mortar and pestle. Took that one.
Cool.
Chinoise.
Okay.
Which was for straining out the stuff I crushed in the mortar and pestle.
Okay.
And then 9, another ongi. 10, another ongi. But you got a set, so I get a set.
I mean, sure, you can have a set of ongis.
I feel like I really took the desert island thing seriously,
you
and
really
you didn't at all.
I was like, this desert has resources.
You were glamping.
Certainly.
This Ninja Crispy would be great for camping.
Oh, God. That was fun.
If you can't see the cable, it doesn't use electricity. Sarah's going for a full range.
It's so good.
Would you like to go eat some food?
I would love to eat some food. I think we should try these one more time.
Nah, fuck that shit. I'm out of here. Thanks for hanging out, y'all.
Are you sure you don't want to try some more of the...
Running.
I don't actually want to try any more.